So Saram everyone, today we'll speak about Shivalingam. So very important holy sacred object for the Vedic Hindu tradition, especially for those who worship to Lord Shiva. Okay, actually classical Shivalingam is normally egg-shaped object. It can be like stone made or from any metal, including gold, silver. Can be also crystal lingam. Sometimes it can have a like bowl shape, but mostly it's egg shape. For example, this lingam was materialized by Sri Sathya Sai for me. So that means very special one. And today we're going to speak about a few things. One of them, okay, what is the meaning of this symbol, Shivalingam, and how to practice with this kind of special gifts from our Swami. Okay. According to the Vedic philosophy, actually God is one. Unfortunately, many Western scientists, let us call them scientists, who came to India, let's say 18th century, 19th century, from Germany, France, England, so-called Indologists, and before that even Christian missionaries in 14th and 16th century, just hugely misunderstood Vedic Hindu religion, and unfortunately even call it kind of pagan one, which is totally wrong. And that's not the way to describe ancient wisdom of Vedic philosophy, because if you just take all the Vedic scriptures we have now, I mean Ramayana, Mahabharata, Bhagavatam, Upanishads, Bhagavad Gita, all Vedic scriptures, they speak about one God, one absolute divine consciousness. Of course, according to the Vedic philosophy, this consciousness, this God, can manifest itself, let us say, through different forms and names. That's the reason why, okay, on certain level we have a Brahma, Vishnu and Shiva, three main gods. But actually all the high level scriptures like Upanishads, Brahma Sutra and Bhagavad Gita, anyway, they speak about only one God. Maybe some problem for, let's say, outsiders, for those people who don't know yet about Vedic philosophy, is that Vedic Hindu philosophy using so many terminology and names for that one absolute divine consciousness. It can be Narayana, it can be Sri Mahavishnu, it can be Satchitananda, it can be Brahman, Atman. All the different names, they indicate certain aspect of this absolute reality, or sometimes just absolute reality by itself, because there is no any attachment to certain name. And actually I think it's a huge difference between biblical approach, for example, and Vedic, that in a Vedic approach there is no any fixed one and so-called only the true name of God. Different traditions, different religious and esoteric schools which are part of Vedic Hindu tradition, they can use different names, Vasudeva, Shiva, okay, in a more abstract way, Brahman, like absolute consciousness. What is extremely important, that for the Vedic tradition, even such an unusual for the biblical religions, thing to happen, that God can be not only Father, but God can be the Divine Mother. And there are a few schools and traditions which, in the Hindu religion I mean, which approach God as Mother, Divine Mother. That's also very unusual. So that's the reason why some misunderstanding actually took place some centuries ago, and now of course more and more Westerners, they learn seriously, study Vedic scriptures, and then clarification, like at least philosophical and intellectual, happen. Okay, let's come back to the Shivalingam as the holy object, and especially if it is blessed or even materialized by our beloved Swami Sri Sathya Sai. Well, that's cosmic egg, and very important that according to some mystical yogic schools, for example Kriya Yoga tradition, to which I also belong, so I'm Sathya Sai devotee for years, and also I'm practicing and teaching people Kriya Yoga meditation. Well, actually that's teaching of our beloved Swami, that basically this absolute reality is true reality of each and every human being. So, and according to, Sri Sathya Sai philosophy and many yogic and meditation traditions, including Kriya Yoga meditation, actually this absolute reality is the essence of our human consciousness. That's the reason why when we practice meditation, sometimes we can visualize this cosmic egg and even actually see it through the inner spiritual ability to see like subtle objects. We can see this cosmic egg, which is on the subtle plan looks like more as the light object, for example here at the third eye, or sometimes in our spiritual heart, and sometimes behind navel as well, so in the lower part of our body. So there are a few places where this absolute consciousness can manifest. And of course our Swami Sri Sathya Sai, he quite often he told us that this absolute consciousness, basically, the location is so-called hridayam, or spiritual heart, and it's slightly from the right side. That's also very important and practical detail point for the meditation practice. So God bless you. Sai Ram. See you next time.